Hi, welcome to episode 10 of Teed Up. You'll notice it's not just me. I'm joined by my good friend Jonny of it seems like a million years now, Jonny. And today's episode is going to be about NBA Top Shot. So just to start with, really, you're an Oklahoma City Thunder fan. What's your thoughts on the season so far for OKC?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been an Oklahoma City fan for some time, although I was originally a Bulls fan, back in the day when I was like 18, 17, with the Jordan era. I've gone to OKC, and yeah, I have to say, right now, I'm pleasantly surprised. We got beat recently by the Houston Rockets, and they were kind of like a team on our level, and they absolutely demolished us. And we hadn't won a game at that point, and everyone was thinking, we're in the rebuild, we've got this young squad. Everyone's thinking, here we go, this is going to be a terrible season. And then, of course, we just started winning games, including some good games. The games against the Lakers, where we've come back from like over 23 points. And of course, there's that sort of Westbrook sort of rivalry sort of thing. Of course, he used to play for the OKC, and it's been fun. And there's the logo shot, Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. This could be a real breakout season for him. I mean, everyone knows he's good, but can he step up to like the real all-star level? And Josh Giddey's been really good as well. And yeah, no, I'm pretty pleased. I mean, I have to say we've had an easier set of fixtures, so I do expect. I'm thinking just over 20 wins by the end of the season. I'd be happy. Anything over 20 wins, and I'm happy. But yeah, we've got to be realistic. It's going to take a while.
Are you happy with the Giddey pick then?
Well, as you know, we watched it together, and it was certainly unexpected. It was very unexpected. I didn't know anything about Josh Giddey, and of course, he didn't play in summer league. And when he did, he did play like a few minutes, and then he went down with an ankle twist or whatever it was, and so we were worried. Like the OKC faithful were a bit of, I listened to a lot of the American stuff. They were a bit worried, but then when we've watched him play, he's excellent. He's a passer. He can pick passes, and of course we've got him. He was only 18. He's only just turned 19. What's that guy? Is it like Duarte, who's like one of the front running rookies, and he's 23? I mean, the question is, what's Josh Giddey going to be like when he's 23? What's he going to be like when he's 25? It does show that Australian league, I mean, that produces ballers. The draft picks, because obviously LaMelo Ball came from that. The draft picks from there, they're good. That's right. I mean, he's playing against grown men when he was 18. So. I'm happy with the pick. I know, as you know, I was disappointed with trading Sengun, the Sengun pick. That was because we were celebrating it because we haven't got a center really. I mean, Favors is playing and Roby plays, but we really don't have an established center. And Sengun would have been fun. But as I said, you got to trust the process, like you guys in the Magic. Just gotta trust the process. That's how it is.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because Sengun looks a baller for the Rockets this year. From like what I've seen, like we don't get that much Houston over here, but from what I've seen of Giddey, his court vision looks as though it's up there with LaMelo Ball. Which, if you've got a tall point guard who can pass the ball like Giddey seems to be able to, then you pair him with SGA, and then you're looking at Dort as well. I would say you've got three good building blocks.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about Giddey is he can dribble a ball, he can attack the hoop. I think his shot, the one thing, he doesn't really have a shot. If you look at his shot's really awkward. I think I'm hoping that the guys at OKC will develop that with him. I think one of the nice things, I know we watched the draft together, having a rebuilding team. Is you start to get interested in the other rookies. Mm-hmm. You can get interested in other teams. So like how's Jalen Suggs going? How's Wagner doing? Which goes, I know Wagner seems to be doing the better out of the two. Is that what you would say?
It's an interesting one because I was thinking about the draft earlier on because I'm sad like this, and it looks like the forwards and the centers are the ones who've actually adapted to the NBA. And there's only Duarte out of the high end guard picks who's really blossoming on the offensive end. So Cade Cunningham, I know he's came in late and he's missed a lot of games. Yeah, he's had some good moments, but he hasn't set the league alight so far. Jalen Green has struggled with his shot. Giddey doesn't shoot the ball well. And Jalen Suggs, another guard, isn't shooting the ball well for Orlando. And I think within that, you've got Cunningham, Giddey, and Suggs are all ball handlers. And the point guard's such a hard position to adapt to. And then I would also look at that and say, well, particularly with Orlando, particularly with Detroit, but to an extent with OKC, if you're a point guard in a young backcourt, you've usually got a baptism of fire coming your way, which we're kind of seeing this year. Wagner is interesting because he's played professional basketball as a teenager as well when he was in Germany before he went to Michigan. So it's kind of similar to the Giddey, where it's like these guys had played against men before, so that the step into the NBA might not be as colossal as we would have first thought. But I think Wagner has definitely had the better start. But I would say Suggs has been when I did the Orlando season preview, I said that I didn't think Suggs would come in and put up 20 points a game. I thought it would, you'd look more at 12 points per game over the year from Jalen Suggs. And he might not shoot the ball well, but he would be a defensive beast. And that's what he is on the defensive end. He's got those shades of, say, Marcus Smart at Boston, where he's just a pest, he's a rash, and I don't think teams are going to really like playing against the defenders that Orlando's accumulated, because Wagner is a good defender. He gave Kevin Durant a bit of a hard time when Brooklyn blew us out the other day.
Yeah.
Suggs looks as though he's going to be an excellent defender. Jonathan Isaac, when he eventually does come back, goodness knows when, is possibly, you could argue, a future defensive player of the year if he can stay healthy. And then you've got guys like Chuma Okeke, he can defend. Wendell Carter can defend. The Magic, like RJ Hampton, another guy who's played in Australia, who can defend. He gave Donovan Mitchell an awful time in the fourth quarter when Orlando beat Utah the other night. And so I think defensively we look very good, but offensively, really, at the minute, it's Cole Anthony versus the NBA if you're playing Orlando. Yeah. But it's been an interesting.
Well, as you know, we're both invested in Cole Anthony doing well. So
I love Cole Anthony. I know I say it on every single video, but the guy's just looks to me as though he's waiting to break out. He's putting up the numbers he's putting up on a struggling team. And then I still can't believe he wasn't on an all-rookie team last season. I think the guy was a top 5 high school recruit going into college, got put on the worst UNC team like ever probably, or one of, and then got injured at the same time and played on. His draft stock plummeted. And now this year, if you redrafted that draft, I think you might be taking Cole Anthony in the top 5, which is where he was originally projected.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just, he comes across as a really nice guy. Got a lot of time for the fans, and he seems to love basketball. It's good to watch him play.
Oh yeah, he broke down in tears when Orlando drafted him, because he'd gone from being this poster child, like his father was a former NBA player, Greg Anthony, and he was known about through connections to Spike Lee, etc., and just being very good. And then he went to college, all those things happened, and he didn't get any promises about where he was going in the draft. So he kind of fell. Originally, you would have said top 5. So if you played like NBA 2K and you go through that year, Cole Anthony's a top 3 pick. And then he went from that, and then he tumbled, and then he just dropped out the lottery altogether. And Orlando had been keeping tabs on him, and he's done an interview recently, and it could be telling the fans what they want to hear. We'll never know, but he was kind of like, I wanted to come to Orlando because they'd kind of invested in him as a person, essentially. And then when he got drafted, I guess when you get to the pick 15 and you've been originally talked about as top 5, you're wondering what's going on, and he just broke down in tears. But he's a great guy to build your franchise in terms of he's likable, as you've said, but he's also a great interview after the game. He's a bit of a highlight reel for interviews, not just basketball. So
I think when you're in a rebuilding team, you need strong, positive, very positive characters, because like the OKC, you're going to lose. I mean, you're going to have blowouts, and there's going to be a fair amount of. You're going to have more of them than you're going to have of wins. So you need like mentally strong, positive players. So yeah, Cole Anthony, he's like a leader in that respect. Yeah, I hope he does well. I really do.
I hope so. I would love to see him be continue and be a 20 points per game efficient scorer this season, which is what we've seen so far this year. But I think if we lived in America, and you lived in Oklahoma, you would want to pay your money to watch SGA, Dort, and Giddey. And it's the same if I lived in Orlando. It's like I want to pay my money, and I want to see Cole Anthony, I want to see Wagner, and like when they come back, Fultz, Isaac, and the rest. You've got to have a reason to go into that arena other than this is my team. So there is hope for the future. I think both teams, I would say, actually are parallels in separate conferences. And it bodes well if there's these young, talented players, because at some point, with an accumulation, especially how Oklahoma owns every pick under the sun, really, there's going to be a star, someone who's disgruntled in the next 18 months, 2 years, I think, who's going to go, that team's a 7th or 6th seed. I want to go there.
Well, I mean, I think you can see what's happened to other teams, like the Bulls, the Grizzlies, even the Knicks. They're starting to get like a core of players that you could see like a real superstar want to go, and obviously that's what we want. We want to. I mean, in OKC, is Shea going to be the number 1 guy? Is he going to be the number 2 guy? Is he going to be the number 3 guy? Even the number 5 guy? Be like you said. I mean, but it's a long-term process. I mean. We're thinking. We think for next year's draft, Sam Presti will put more of the chips in. He'll make some moves, because he didn't make any moves really to trade up. I think maybe in the 2nd round he did, but like nothing major. So it's going to be interesting.
It's going to be massively interesting. I think that for me, just when you were mentioning there about teams where stars will want to go, and then like an eye on our teams as well, I would really keep an eye on what's happening in New Orleans, because it's a complete soap opera. And I think you could see someone like a Zion Williamson or a Brandon Ingram wanting out of town at some point.
It's interesting because obviously we're going to talk about Top Shot and stuff, but you get a flavor if whose stock has risen and whose stock has fallen, because obviously the moments, the price of the moments kind of replicated, and Zion's stock is massively falling. Obviously he's been injured. Obviously he's coming overweight, or he appears to be overweight, and so but people are losing sort of faith in him in terms of the collector market anyway. So. Yeah, I mean, will he tolerate that? I mean, he is a superstar, really. I mean, will he tolerate that for, not for how long will he do it?
It's an interesting one, mate, because that was the Zion draft, as it was known, is rapidly, unless something like he gets a better break with injuries and apparently sorts his conditioning out. That's going to become the Ja Morant draft.
He's fun, Ja Morant is like, you pay, even as an opposition fan, I'd pay good money to watch him. It's like Steph Curry, like you just, because that's what they were saying about the OKC crowd and stuff. When you're following a rebuilding team before we started to win, it's like you're paying money to support your team, yes, but also to see some of the all-star opposition. But hopefully it'll be more and more that you're paying to see your team. But yeah, Ja Morant, man, I've been impressed with him. I really have. And of course, his stock's really risen this year. He's, did you put him in your most improved category or not? I
think I talked about that in a video, and my view is that Morant, I felt, broke out last season.
Right. Okay.
So I think I think he's going to be an all-star. And if you want to go technically, well, he could make the argument for him for most improved, but I think he took that leap last year for me. And this is just a continuation, but it is interesting about stock because in the UK, you really would struggle to get certain Grizzly jerseys and certain LaMelo Ball jerseys. So you can see where kids are like focusing. It's on John Morant, it's on LaMelo Ball. And, you know, these could be the guys taking the league forward. And I think both of them might make the All-Star teams this year.
Oh, I think so. Again, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting to watch. I mean, I guess one of the things we're saying is because we're into Top Shot, we have a vested. I know you do because you've followed NBA for a long time. We just have an interest in the league and the stars of the league.
Yeah.
You know, I want to invest in a player that is yet to break out, and then I want them to break out, and then of course my investment goes up. I mean, you know, Cole Anthony is a case in point. I mean, we invested in Cole Anthony. I know, you know, obviously he's dear to your heart anyway, but for me, like the investment paid off. You know.
Oh yeah. So like obviously you are, you know, you're a lot higher up on Top Shot than me. So like, why do you Top Shot then, Jonny? And like, what do you collect? What would be your, like, you've said already, like trying to pick that star. And I know you've got one guy who you love.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm just a collector, and I'm also an investor. You know, as I said to you before, I still am a little bit, but not so much in terms of the collecting. I was very much into Magic the Gathering back in the day when I was younger. And, you know, that was my first exposure to the idea that something you could buy for relatively cheap could, in years to come, you know, be sold for like many hundreds, and in the case of Magic the Gathering, some cards many thousands. So yeah, and so Top Shot has that aspect. So it has an investor aspect. It has a kind of like, you know, you've got to have good knowledge. And if you've got good knowledge, and you know you follow the NBA, and also, like, you know, I love basketball. I like, one of the reasons I like it is, you know, we get to have chats about it. I think it's good like that, and I've just put it in my investment portfolio, but I will say it's the most fun I have out of any one of my investments. Most of my investments, you basically, you know, you invest, you might do a few tweaks, but you just forget about them and you let them grow. But Top Shot, you know, I'm checking it all the time. I'm watching the NBA results. I'm making decisions, because one of the nice things about it is it's got like high priced moments, and it's got low price moments. So you can always pick something up. I use some of the rewards from my cryptocurrency returns, and because obviously Top Shot takes crypto, to pick up some moments. And yeah, and you know, and I've got strategies, and one of the strategies is if you've got a low mint count. And it's a reward moment with a low mint count. That's kind of very rare, and it's a little special. And and so I've got a real vested interest in the career of Rudy Gobert, because I backed him heavily. You know, because there's a reward moment in the playoff set that has a relatively low mint count. It's just over 2,700. And you know, let's see. I mean, he's playing well. I mean, he's Top Shot haven't rewarded, and this was my guess. I was just hedging really. They haven't yet rewarded the defensive player of the year. You know, they're like rookie of the year, MVP of the year, but like the defensive player of the year, which of course Rudy Gobert's had for like 3 years straight or whatever. They've yet to reward, but if they do, my hope is those moments will go up. You know, so. Yeah, I mean, I collect the teams I like. I collect sets because I'm just a natural collector. But when it turns to like speculation, my speculative investment in the set has been on Rudy Gobert. I did another speculative investment before that, which didn't work out well for me. Although, you know, I think he's a great player, like Devin Booker. And you know, when Phoenix didn't do so well, you know, so those were, I was paying high level, hoping they would win. but they didn't. You know, so, yeah.
It's a funny one because I think Gobert. I was reading, it might have been Bleacher Report, but if they did the MVP race based on stats and such, Gobert would be one of the top 3 MVP candidates right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things about. I mean, Top Shot represents it quite well. When you look at the NBA, where the excitement lies are the scorers. You know, I mean, the scores, the Euro steps, the dunks, the throwdowns. You know, the 3 points out the area, and you know, you get moments that are blocks, and they're not as exciting. And of course, but that's Rudy Gobert's bread and butter, blocks and rebounds, you know, and scoring just under the hoop sort of thing. So I think he gets, you know, I don't think I think he gets underappreciated. Exactly as you're saying, when you look at him statistically. I mean, we would kill for a Gobert, you know, like I'm sure many teams would. I mean, he's a great player. So yeah. Yes.
He is. Like to be there's like the finals MVP and there's the regular season MVP, but Utah seems to be the kings of the regular season in the NBA. And if that happens again, which to be honest, it could happen again, looking at the Western Conference, you know, does Rudy Gobert or Donovan Mitchell, you could make the argument, deserve an MVP in recognition of them, the Utah being so good as a regular season team every season.
Yeah, I mean, I know you've said before that once he gets to playoffs, he gets found out and all this sort of stuff. And I see what you're saying. I mean, the good teams can play him well, and there's a lot of small ball in the NBA. I mean, obviously the Golden State Warriors, you know, with their 3-point shooting and stuff. I mean, how good is Gobert there? But like I said, I think I'd be interested to see how many, you know, like I haven't clocked it, you know, that plus. The plus value, the plus minus value he gives you when he's on the court. I think he's always giving you plus value. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's a great player, and I think, to be honest, like there is a change in the game a little bit when it goes into the postseason. But for me, rather than question Gobert, I would be looking at the Utah coaching staff and saying, okay, maximize this guy in the playoffs, make him a problem. You know, build around him, bring the personnel in to make him still equally as effective. If he was playing against Nikola Jokic, who I think is the nightmare matchup for Rudy Gobert, but then how many Nikola Jokic's are there in the league? You know, if they can avoid Denver and you know, make it where Gobert is that asset, because they can funnel teams into the paint and Gobert can destroy them when they go into the paint. So I think really Utah's got to look at, okay, we like Donovan Mitchell, we like Rudy Gobert. What else can we do to make it so these two are maximized in the playoffs? Because I think it's not beyond comprehension that Utah could make the finals if they sort that out.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I think, you know, I mean, what were they? They won 9 games so far, but they've streaked up. I know, having Golden State won 10 or something. I don't know. Like maybe there's been a game since last I looked, sort of thing. But yeah, I think yeah, they'll certainly cruise into the playoffs, and then of course they'll play one of the bottom ranked teams, and so they should get into the second round. So yeah, you know, it's all the people.
Looking at it right now, though, the West, like the team in the West, it looks to be the Golden State Warriors, but they have had a favourable calendar start of the season, in my opinion. But they did beat Chicago last night. But I think Golden State look to be the key team in the West. The Lakers it still hasn't clicked. Kawhi Leonard being out for the Clippers changes things massively, because it's basically Paul George and friends trying to get there. And Phoenix haven't had a real great start of the season, so it's a bit of it's wide open. It's wide open. It's the same in the East. Like Brooklyn in the East, I've seen a few Nets games this season, and unless Kyrie Irving steps foot back on the court, I wouldn't put the house on Brooklyn if they got to a finals against someone like the Golden State Warriors, or they met a healthy Bucks team in the final again. The East, I think no.
Yeah, I mean, I think again, you know, going back to Top Shot, I think one of the sort of speculations you can do is you start buying the moments. You can buy them now for the team you think is going to win it, because obviously they'd get a championship badge. And so they'll go up in value. So I mean, Golden State Warrior moments seem to be, the choice of in November 2021 sort of things. So I mean, I tell you what, we're effectively neutrals, and therefore it's quite good. I mean, I watch the exciting matchups. I don't watch all basketball. I follow, like, for example, I follow people who were in the OKC. So Chris Paul, Paul George that you mentioned. I'll watch him, and I have to say, Paul George was playing really good.
He's if the Clippers make it into a top 6 seed, so they avoid the play-in and they get into the West, it's because Paul George has had an MVP season.
Yeah,
that's because when you look at what's around them, they've invested their cap in Paul George and Kawhi, we don't know when he'll be back. So it is interesting, but I think Golden State moments with season 3 might be where people look at as possible profit, because Steph Curry also looks as though he's had an MVP style start to the season.
Yeah.
Naming a number, then go and scoring those points.
So if we just have a quick chat about season 3.
Yeah.
So obviously, season 3 has just started, and so we've only got the common set, the base set, and unlike previous sets, the intention is that they want this common base set to be printed to order, sort of thing, so that anyone can go on the site. I mean, that isn't the case right now, but maybe by the end of the towards the end of the year, you'll be able to go on the site, you'll be able to just buy these packs. Rather than have to wait for a drop and stuff. So so they are going to be quite numerous. I think that the base rate at the minute for a moment, like the bottom of the market, is $2. And I see that going down to $1.
Yeah.
The more liquidity, and I'm talking really about the 60,000 mint count. So I think you've got 60,000. I think you've got 40,000, you've got 10,000, and then of course you've got the 4,000 mint count with the 3-star rookies. But to be honest with you, anything in the 60,000 is going to be $1. So if you're looking to buy these moments, just wait till there's been a few more drops, and so there's more liquidity in the market, and we should be able to pick them up. I guess $2 max, depending, unless it's of course a star name.
Yeah,
if it's a star name, it might be $4 or $5 or what have you. So I still think, like you were saying there, like Steph Curry, I mean, if you can pick him up for $3 to $4, then great.
I think if it's a championship season and you pick up one of these star guys in the title season, you could make a bit of cash. And we've seen with the Golden State demand when the Klay Thompson debut card hit the market, and it was just kind of jackpot for anybody who got that. So it would be Steph Curry would be probably one of my prime investments if I was buying season 3 only. That's where I would go, I think.
I mean, for me, for season 3, I think challenges are going to come back.
Yeah.
And hence to my Rudy Gobert discussion. So they're not going to do showcase challenges so much as actual challenges in the set where you need certain moments. And so, but I suspect that's going to be a rare and above only. I don't know. There might be other common sets I'm not aware of. So what I'm saying is, I don't think it's right at this stage to buy a base set 3. Until the bottom's in, until there's a few more drops in, so the price stabilizes. So, for example, everyone who bought last week, buying moments at $3, well, that's like 33% of their investment has been shaved off, because now these moments at $2. Next, the following weeks they might be $1 for. I saw some $1 moments today. Mo Bamba, he was going for $1. But because challenges are coming back, it might be worth, once sets are out, to buy up a set very early on, because as we've spoke about before, the challenges, the value in the challenges offset the cost of the set. But if you don't do that, and you wait for the challenge, the moments you're buying spike so high in price, and then when the challenge is over, they crash in price that you, even if you get an expensive moment, you might not have actually made any money or haven't made as much as you think. So certainly I'm interested in the next sets to come, really. For this set, of course, it's about the moments out of 10,000. And they might be, $5 to $10, and then it's about the moments. It's the 3-star rookies. It's as you know, the one I want the most is Josh Giddey, and then of course the next one I want is Evan Mobley because he's worth like $260. Last time I saw it was about $260. But this is what's quite interesting about this set. And I only started doing you started doing Top Shot before me, but I only started doing Top Shot, was it around March, was it? March, April. This will be the first time when you're buying a pack for $9 and you might only get $3 or $4 back out of it.
Yeah.
Whereas in previous packs, you're always at least breaking even. Now you're going to be down. And it reminds me of, the like collectible card games and stuff like Magic the Gathering, where if you bought a pack but it didn't have the super rare, the thing that everyone was chasing, the chase rare they call it, then you might be down. You might have lost your money, your investment. So, but at least it opens it up to the people. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Yeah, I think Evan Mobley as well, like that card is priced at that for a reason, because right now, if you were seeing your best rookies in the NBA, you'd be talking, for me, Evan Mobley and Scotty Barnes would be your top two rookies, really. And
they haven't minted Barnes yet, so you can't buy Barnes yet, but he'll be coming out presumably in the next week or two.
And he's going to be Canada's card, isn't he? Scotty Barnes,
yeah.
Like the Raptors. So that's going to be interesting. But I think Mobley, I would put him as the front runner for Rookie of the Year right now, because of not just how he's performed, but the Cavs are a playoff team. The Cavs are no longer like getting whipped every week.
And of course, one of the things to think about is, what happened to LaMelo Ball. In the Top Shot market, where his moments, they so much as 5 times in value. Perhaps, there was a moment that was a reward moment for the Cool Cats, and at one point it was nearly. You could have bought it at one point for under 1,000, and it went up towards 10,000. And I think people realize the Rookie of the Year, if you collect that moment, if you get multiples of that person, that can be quite lucrative. So, yeah, there's a lot of speculation on Evan Mobley right now.
I think there's going to be a lot of people buying Mobley, a lot of people buying Barnes, and if it picks up, there's got obviously value to be had in your Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, depending when they find themselves, really. But I would say right now, if I was seeing my top rookies in the NBA, it's those two guys. It's Chris Duarte and Franz Wagner have been the best ones, hands down.
And Chris Duarte might be an interesting pickup, because I don't think, I'll have to check, but I don't think he's certainly not. When I looked last, he certainly hadn't broke 100, and so there might be value there. Something to look at, because it'll be interesting. I must admit, I'm going to now chart Mobley, and I haven't picked him up, but because I although I said I wouldn't buy Series 3, I'm just like I said, I'm just talking about the 60,000 moments. But when it comes to the rookies, you should pick them up. I must admit, I've picked up a few Series 3 60,000 moments anyway, just because they were low serial numbers, and I happen to have a little bit of cash in the wallet that I was burning a hole, I suppose.
I know one of mine was, I obviously we didn't make the where you could buy 10 packs drop the other week, and I went on the marketplace after, and there was a Jalen Suggs card there for $30, and I was like, right, I'll go and check my funds just to see where else I'm going to go. And then I came back and it was like $100.
Wow.
Like I was talking in the space like of minutes, 5-10 minutes. I was like, what's happened there? I was thinking I was.
I mean, one of the things,
30 to 50. I was like, okay,
Yeah. But there's a lot of websites which I'm not a part of. But there's one that ranks moments that are available on the marketplace, and it scores them, gives them like a fire score. And if it like you can have like a 5-star fire score, and obviously if a moment like that comes up, then everyone dives in who follows that website. So presumably something like that must have happened for Jalen Suggs for the price to change so rapidly.
Yeah. Well, I hope that there's a 5-star fire score from Jalen Suggs offensively for the Magic. If so, it would.
But again, I mean, I think one of the things to say. I mean, I don't know how many people are going to watch this. They're truly looking to collect Top Shot to the long term. But I think we are right. Like I think buying Jalen Suggs this year might produce a return in 3 years' time or whatever. Mm-hmm. But that return might be quite substantial by that point. Top Shot's still in the beta mode of it. And as we've seen, I know that the market's in a slump right now, but as we've seen, the moments from Series 1, I know that there's a kind of variable with collector score how much they're worth, but the moments in Series 1 are worth a huge. I mean, they've their value is times at least by 10, some even more. Obviously, not every single one of them, but the top ones of that, and so Top Shot can be a long-term investment. I'm not seeing this as a, get out by the end of the year or whatever. Even, I'm seeing this as perhaps, keep collecting for a few years and then get out. But
and I think every year is going to produce rookies, and this time next year when they're doing Series 4, for example, possibly, you might find that people's I want a Chet Holmgren card, or I want a Paulo Banchero or such, and it's going to be the same clamor again,
And you never know. I mean, currently, I mean they have obviously got the legends from our era when we were young. Shaq came on the Top Shot. Kobe Bryant at some point will go into Top Shot. I don't know. I'm sure there's some licensing issues, but maybe Jordan. The dream would be Jordan onto Top Shot.
Could you imagine if you got a number 23 or number 45 Jordan card?
Well, indeed. I mean, that's the other thing to mention. I mean, if you get the right serial, I know it's an art, but I mean, for a rookie, it's like 1 in 4,000. And for some of these, reward challenges or whatever, it might be 1 in less than 1,000, or for the rare packs less than 500 or whatever. So yeah, I mean, that'd be lucrative. I think what are the nice things about Top Shot? I mean, you ask why you like Top Shot is every time you open a pack, you are playing a bit of a lottery. And if you got, I got, I think my best ever pull was Allen Iverson. But, so I got Allen Iverson, which was, I think, the second most valuable moment in the whole set. But had I got Allen Iverson's number on top of that, I mean, that would have been, I would have made it, mate.
Yeah, I think the Iverson one's just a one you really want. I remember him in his prime and when he came into the league, and there was major hype about Allen Iverson coming into the NBA. And he's one of these slept on of how big a deal Iverson was, but he single-handedly changed the 76ers.
Well, it's interesting because that there are comparisons, aren't there, with Ja Morant that we spoke about early on. He might be the next Allen Iverson in that sort of mold. He's both players are just a pleasure to watch. They're just Iverson's obviously just a great baller. So
well, now League Pass is a bigger thing. Like Ja Morant is a League Pass player. It's like if you're not a Memphis fan, and we've talked about being neutrals, you would gladly go on League Pass and pay the fee just to say, oh, I'm going to watch Ja Morant versus Minnesota tonight or something,
That's a nice thing about basketball, isn't it? Like, you get, I mean, they call them generational players, like LeBron James, of course, like a Shaq, like a Barkley. You know, we could be seeing, I mean, it might not be Jamoran, but, there could be other things. I mean, these people might have a next 10, 15 years of greatness, you know what I'm saying? And as just a basketball fan, we can appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I like to watch those sort of plays. I mean, it's great to watch them.
My claim to fame, I think, in my life will be that I was there for LeBron James's professional debut.
Yeah, that's
Summer League, $5, bought the tickets in advance. This kid might play, and then turns out he did, and I could have sold the ticket outside for $100 plus on the day.
wow. Yeah. Yeah, well, you'll always have that. I mean,
Yeah,
that's amazing,
it's crazy. You know what the crazy thing was? He scored that night. He was playing like a point guard position, which he has done since. And there was all the like ESPN hype. The old Orlando Arena was sold out. And I remember on the way back, it was like, because it was the summer league, they just played a load of back-to-back games. So I was there for ages. And ESPN were running like, this is what LeBron did. He scored like something like 13 or 14 points. And I called into Chili's on the way back, and I was like, I'm going to get a takeout. It was late. And there was these two guys like standing watching ESPN waiting for their takeout. And they saw it come up that LeBron had scored, I think it was 14 points. And they were like, oh, this guy's a bust. And I was like, I've just watched this 18-year-old kid run the show, look brilliant. You could see, look to me at that point like the next Magic Johnson, watching him play. And there was two guys just watching the ticker of the box. LeBron scores 14 points or something. And they're like, what a bust, all that hype. He's nowhere. No, he's not the next Jordan. He'll not do it.
Yeah,
Talk
well,
about snap judgment,
yeah, I think that's probably going to be the worst take in history.
It's pretty bad. I think two teams passing on Michael Jordan though in the draft is a pretty.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Well,
I understand Hakeem Olajuwon going one, but Portland will be kicking themselves forever.
I think again, like, and being in a rebuilding team and watching the draft, you can see that. I mean, I'll say I know nothing, because I didn't rate the Giddey pick, and like I say, it's interesting. This, as you've said before, we're invested in this class of rookies because we got so into that draft. So it's going to be interesting how the cards fall. Is Cade Cunningham at the end of the day going to be seen as legitimately worth the first pick and all that sort of stuff?
When they talked about ceiling and such, I've heard a few analysts saying this was pre-draft that if Scotty Barnes learned how to shoot, Scotty Barnes would be the best player in the draft.
Well, yeah. I mean, and we would have taken the Scotty Barnes, I mean, yeah, no, I'm absolutely really happy that he's doing really well. I really want him to do well. So
if we looked at immediate Top Shot future, then what do you see for the immediate hopes that you would have for Top Shot going forward, apart from like a Rudy Gobert DPOY challenge?
No, I mean, I think just in general, I think the market is slumped. I know they've made this change to make it more accessible. I mean, Top Shop's moving from a situation where it's it's a really finite resource, and it's rare and hard for people to get to a period where a lot of these moments are going to be ubiquitous and everywhere. I mean, what was that challenge? Was the Dwayne Wade challenge? Yeah. I think that was the very start of it, where you could have it was something like up to, it didn't quite go that high, but it could have gone up to 500,000 or something. And you're buying this for $9, and it's currently retailing around $5, or perhaps even lower. And I don't know. I think a lot of the collectors who were seeing like Top Shot as being a special sort of place where I could get a special moment, and I could have a lot of investment, and then they were investing a lot of time and money in that. I think that's turned some of them off, and especially, I mean, you mentioned it, like the fact that we didn't get into the 10-pack drop. They letting people get 10 packs stuff. I think, and also of course what's happening in the cryptocurrency market. I think naturally people are sort of saying they've only got a certain amount of money, disposable income, and they're like putting it into crypto rather than putting it in Top Shot. So my immediate hope is because I've invested, obviously. I've got a fair few moments. Is for the market to recover. I hope the team behind Top Shot generate excitement. I think the NBA is very exciting. I don't see all of that excitement going to Top Shot. I think they could utilize this a bit more. Cole Anthony has got an account there and stuff. I think they could try and get more of that. So yeah, that would be my immediate hope. I mean, there's going to be a lot of sets coming out. I think there's an all rookie set coming out. There's a Christmas set coming out. Legendary sets in January. I just hope a lot of the sets, hit the mark. I really do, and I hope, of course, that we get lucky enough that we get a pack, in these sets.
I hope we get lucky enough where we pull some crazy jersey number on, like a number 34 Giannis, or a number 20, or a number 6 as it is now LeBron. Something along those lines would be lovely.
Well, this is it. I mean, in the old Top Shot before Series 3, you were opening a pack knowing you've already won just by getting the pack. That you're going to be in profit. It's just a case of how much profit. Now we're in a sort of, certainly for the common set, but I'm not saying for the rares or legendaries, where we're going to open it and we're going to say we're going to pray for the serial, or we're going to pray for the rookies. That's it. I mean, and outside that, we're probably going to be down on our investment. I mean, we've both got 5 packs. That's $45. Let's see what we come out with.
Yeah, we'll start ripping them in a moment. I think I think going forward, for me, another thing Top Shot could do is they've run competitions where it's a case of you can go to New York and watch a game and such, and that's great if you live in America, or you're able to just take holidays when you want. But I would like to see something where it's recognised more as an international market and make use of those certified ballers. Like, I saw very kindly Harrison Barnes reached out to somebody who collected Harrison Barnes and was like, I'm going to hit you up with a signed jersey. And I looked at that guy's account and I was like, wow, that's really cool. But I think Rudy Gobert should be reaching out to you with a signed jersey and just saying, that's my man right there, and just such things like that, I think. And it doesn't have to be like where it's like, oh, they wore it in a game. But I do think having that access to players who are certified to say, do you know what, this person here has collected your moments, or they're a big fan of this team. Ping, you've actually won like a signed jersey or a signed baseball cap, get in contact. I think that type of story would attract people.
I totally agree with that. I mean, there was a challenge on, is it the next Quavo challenge, the latest one, and and I didn't complete it, and nor will I complete any more of those. Exactly as you say, because should I win, even if I was blessed enough to win, I just wouldn't be able, because the prize is usually like, you're going to be there next week or something. Yeah. I mean, we're in education, we're teachers, you just can't drop everything and do that.
Yeah, I didn't. I only needed one moment for that challenge, and I looked at it and I was like, it's $25 now. I'm not going to. What's the point? I was like, I can't. So just let somebody else who can, have it, and good luck and God bless,
I mean, I'd rather just have more moments, I know what you're saying about merchandise. I mean, there is value in that, but of course they've got to ship it. It's got to get to you in good condition and stuff. But maybe if they did sneakers, like basketball sneakers, that'd be interesting. But I'd like them to stick to moments, to be honest. Make a challenge with moments, and that's it.
So all right, we're going to rip some packs. If I said to you, I'm a genie and I'm going to give you 2 wishes from these 5 packs, what's your 2 wishes? I'm not giving you 3 because I'm not a proper genie,
Definitely I would like Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey being I mean, Josh Giddey's why I'm excited for this drop. His moments there. Outside that, I mean, I'm pretty easy. Obviously, like I said, Evan Mobley or something, but I'd like a Chris Paul. I think Chris Paul is in this set, so that would be nice. But just any 3-star rookie, I think I'd be happy with that.
Yeah, well, I would obviously like to pull a Jalen Suggs, but I'll take any 3-star rookie. I would really like to pull a number 50 Cole Anthony.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, that'd be exceptionally good. Yeah.
if it was a thing where it was like Cole really wanted the number 50 from me, I'm sure Cole, you could hit me up and we could work out a deal. You know, but do you want to go first, mate, or just shall I? What do you want to do?
Well, you go first. You go first. You can start the ball rolling, and then I'll.
Right. Okay.
You
I'm going to try this. It's probably going to say no, but we'll try. So we'll see my account in a moment. Right.
All right. Yeah.
Here we go. So I'm going to try and open some packs.
All right, here we go. Good luck, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to need it, man.
I do like this bit.
So you're going to get a live celebration as well. So what have we got? Oh, five.
Wow.
Tristan Thompson.
I think he's a 3-star rookie.
No, he was. He's been in the league a bit now. It's Tristan Thompson.
Was that really serial 584? That's
yeah.
Oh, you're right. I'm wrong. Yeah, it's a 60,000 serial.
All right, I'll take it.
Yeah, 584. That's great.
Yeah, that'll work for me. Right, so you've set the bar quite high.
I tell you, that's a really good start there.
Yeah. Okay, come on. Here we go.
Oh.
Got this guy on my fantasy basketball team this year, actually.
Cam Reddish.
Hawks aren't doing that well this season, surprisingly.
Yeah, it's similar like the Bucks. They
Bucks have got injuries, though.
It's only like what 10, 11 games in. We still got a lot of season to go.
We do. It's not bad. I'll take that. I like Cam Reddish. So my next one.
All right, come on, Gary, get a rookie. Oh,
Common.
I mean, again, you're getting low serials.
Yeah, this guy's a low-key, very good pickup for the Raptors. They're a team with a good ceiling, I think.
That's a good moment.
That's good player.
Drive.
I like that. Reminds me of myself. Okay, so not a bad first pack. We'll see what I've got from there then.
Yeah, I mean, you got to like the serial numbers, if nothing else.
I like the first serial number a lot.
All right, this will be the one though.
Come on, rookie. Nope.
Oh. Oh, there it goes.
Oh yeah. They should do a Nikola Jokic one where he's just flooring Morris in the game with the Heat. That's what they should.
Yeah, I saw that. I think Morris charged him. I mean, there's.
Oh yeah, he definitely did. And then
Morris started it.
You see the Twitter spat with with the brothers.
Yeah, I did. I saw Barkley talking about it. It was on one of the NBA shows. Yeah. Oh,
a good serial.
Don't really know this guy.
I saw him play the other night. He was okay. I don't think the Nets are, and if Kyrie Irving doesn't come back in, they aren't doing much.
What? No. What about we've just seen Harden there with the assist. I mean, Harden and Durant there. That's pretty good. And of course, Blake Griffin.
Griffin's looked pretty slow this season, and Harden looks as though he's been living in Krispy Kreme. He looks to be carrying a bit of timber at the minute, but he can still play with that. Mike Conley?
Yeah. It's not Rudy Gobert, but it's
yeah.
Jazz.
There he is. There's
Gobert. Setting the screen.
He's running away with his hand in the air, like I'm gonna send a jersey signed to this huge Rudy Gobert collector.
Rudy Gobert is like the king of the alley-oop, though. That's the thing, isn't it? Didn't happen on that one.
Big old unit. I saw him next to Mo Bamba the other day, and I was like, man, you're even bigger than I thought you were.
Yeah, I think he's 7'1", isn't he?
He was a big dude, but Here we go then.
Okay, well, you still got 3 packs to go, so all
I
to play for.
I need a rookie here. I'm going to
Yeah.
go opposite direction this time.
Oh, not a rookie, but still good.
Got this guy, Carrison Burt.
Don't forget, if you get duplicates, I mean, the one good thing is, they've got trade tickets now, and so you can cash your trade tickets. And maybe in the future use those trade tickets for a pack or something.
And win a number 50 serial number, Cole Anthony. Nobody in their right mind would put into a pack to the that one.
Well, no, I mean, you're right. You're talking about the locker packs, but I mean, you can. Oh my God, you got number 500.
Marcus Eldridge. Yeah,
that's the second 500 you've got.
Yeah. Like Old Man River, he just keeps on rolling.
He has been going for a long time, hasn't he?
Yeah, he was great against the Magic the other night in the first half. Okay, Marcus, we see that. But I want to see a rookie. On Jalen Suggs. Oh, 3-6-1. Oh, LaMelo Ball, 3-6-1.
Yeah. That if you weren't getting a rookie, you want LaMelo Ball.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, quality.
Yeah, what a moment. I'll take that.
Yeah, brilliant. I think that's it's a kind of near a $40 moment, that.
Yeah.
So you're pretty much broken even at least now. Yeah, that's you.
Oh yeah, that was good. I like that. Come on.
And yeah, because it's 3-6-1, it might be more like a $50 moment. You have to check it, but yeah.
Okay.
Oh, hey, there he is. My investment. He sort of fell off in the playoffs, didn't he? That was the problem. He just fell off a little bit against the Bucks, and then he hasn't seemed to have started the season that strongly.
Well, do you think it's partly to do with the? If you look at the guards since they implemented this new rule, a lot of them fell off a little bit.
What is that, like the offensive foul rule? Is that?
Yeah, like guys like Harden in particular.
Harden doesn't get all the fouls, does he? Yeah.
It seems to have had and some people. I read somewhere someone going they've changed the ball to Wilson. Has that affected what guys were used to? The feel of the ball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to monitor that. To be fair, yeah. I'd have to look up how many free throws he used to get.
I think Harden's down about 4 free throws a game.
Oh, I'm sure Harden is. I mean, they basically. I saw him getting guarded once with the guy. He had his hands behind his back. It's just like because they just know he just calls fouls. Right?
Okay.
Yeah, well, you like your Nets and your Suns. LaMelo Ball's made you open. I mean, that's great.
LaMelo's been great so far.
Yeah, again, I don't like the Pacers. All right, kind of these. Oh, the Raptors. Yeah,
good moment.
That is a good moment. Yeah, I must mention I don't watch much Raptors either. So
they're low key good, mate. I think the Raptors are pretty good. When the way Barnes has played out, but Van Vliet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, there's some young talent there. Here we go.
Here we go. Fingers crossed. Come on, get you a rookie.
Want a rookie here?
Rookie. Oh, it's not rookie.
All right. At the end of the day, that LaMelo's pretty good.
Oh, well, you still got 2 more moments after this. Let's keep our spirits up. Yeah, good one. That was a good moment.
Not at all.
There you go. Helping out Paul George there. Reggie Jackson.
Man. On.
Right, here we go. Rookie. Oh, that's the opposite of a good cereal.
That wasn't what I wanted. We'll go for it. It's fine.
That moment didn't seem to complete. Oh, there we go. Yeah. There you go.
The soundtrack's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I mean, I do enjoy opening packs. Like there's an excitement to it. I know some packs you're going to have negative equity, but it's still enjoyable process to open them.
Here we go.
Here we go. Everything on this. Andre Hunter. Dunk. There is Blake Griffin there.
Yeah, getting blown past. It's a good jersey, though.
Yeah. He tried to swipe it, he didn't get it.
Yeah. He's got a bit of a dirty streak in him, as Blake Griffin. Okay.
Yeah, it's not a bad moment.
Too bad. So view my progress, see what it says, and then floor is yours.
All right.
Strangely, it's saying that LaMelo Ball's my best one.
Yeah, but it's because it's the lowest serial.
Yeah.
But irrespective of that, it is the best one. Well, yeah. Let's see if I can get us a rookie.
Here we go, man.
My account.
Best of British.
So here we go. Okay. Yep. On this one. Oh, I think we've seen this one before.
Yeah, I think we've seen this guy. Come on, Bembry.
Yeah, it's still hanging off the hoop. It's a good little hang though. Good hang time.
It is. It's got like throwback vibes to like Sean Kemp doing something like that.
Or NBA Jam.
Yeah, he's on fire.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Oh, have we seen this one as well? Oh my goodness. We've seen these before.
It's a pretty cool moment.
Oh yeah, it's good skills, man. All right, here we go. Come on, Josh Giddey. Josh Giddey.
Come on. Oh.
Lines. Seems to be a lot of moments featuring the Nets, either in the defensive or offensive team.
Yeah.
Nets.
I think it's like a secret vibe that people want the Nets to win. You know,
Yeah.
That's what the next pack comes through, man.
Okay. Yeah, just one 3-star.
Come on.
It's not it. Oh, I think we might have seen this one too. That is a good one. That is a good dunk, yeah.
Actually, Liberty going up there.
A lot of airtime, that.
Okay, there it is. It's coming in this next. I think it's the next one, mate.
Pelicans haven't been doing very well, have they?
No, it's no Zion, and I just don't know what I don't know what the strategy is in New Orleans. I really just can't figure it out. Really, I don't understand. Let's have a look. Come on.
Nothing yet. No, it's Reggie Jackson again.
Yeah, I think they've minted our packs next to each other.
Yeah, that's right. But as you know, we bought them. I mean, maybe like a good hour and a half apart. To be fair,
Yeah.
You were 23,000. I was like 61,000.
Man, the Top Shot guys are getting a trickle. Come on.
Yeah. Got 3 more packs to go.
It's 9 chances at a rookie. Come on.
9 chances at a rookie. Go on, rookie.
Come on. I like Tobias Harris.
Oh, lovely. Nice. Good skills, that.
It's like being in James's backyard again, wasn't it?
Yeah, I'd love to say I could do that,
but yeah, I believe you. I believe in you.
All right, here we go.
Come on.
Ooh, it's a lowish serial number. Yeah, like I never watched the Pacers, like never, unless they were playing OKC, would be the only exception.
It's a slept-on team though, because nobody ever expects them to make the playoffs, and then they always do.
Yeah, they always seem to do that. Yeah.
And this season, I think it's just injuries to Karis LeVert, really. Again, we've just seen this.
Wow, man, we need a bit of variety in our packs. Okay,
well, this means though, mate, you're going to pull a LaMelo up at this rate.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. All right, rookie or LaMelo,
Come on.
Okay, 2 packs to go. Here we go. I haven't seen this movement though.
No, it's a new one.
And good hang time.
It's a decent moment. But it would be nice to see the rookie coming out. Come on.
Here we go. This is it. No, it's very much not it.
Might be a one worth keeping hold of this one though, because he could get most improved player this season.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. It's a nice moment as well.
Mm.
Some of the moments are nice. That's definitely not it.
Another guy who could get most improved, possibly. I think Jonny Murray's more likely of the Spurs.
Yeah, again, the Spurs aren't having the best season, are they? I mean,
they're in a rebuild.
Yeah,
that's what I think. Well, here it goes, mate. It's down to 3.
All right, last chance saloon.
On.
Here we go. Come on, 3-star rookie.
Everything's crossed for you, man.
I saw Charlotte Hornets. I thought LaMelo, but it's Smith. Nice little smart play.
Nice jersey.
No look pass.
Come on.
Now we get Josh Giddey.
I'm on the edge of my seat here for you, man.
Giddey. No. Oh, well, like I said,
It's a Golden State moment.
a Golden State moment. That's like third place, I suppose.
Down to one shot, man. Come on.
Statistically, you know, I don't think we've got a chance, but
Well, it's like being in a nightclub, mate. You never know until you're asked.
defy the odds. Come on, 3-star.
Oh.
No.
It's Orlando, though. It's Mo Bamba.
Oh, there you go. There's Mo Bamba.
That's cool.
There's Cole. Good to see a bit of Cole. Nice. Finishes it off. Cleans it up, I guess.
That was a hell of a game, that, by the way.
Mm.
That was a really, really big game.
Yeah, 1 point in it.
Orlando were 12 points down with 2 minutes left in that. They should have won it. But there we are.
Oh, well. I think I view my progress. You see, I've bought some. So, but only of the lower moments. But there you go. Not, well, you know, not ideal, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. We'll open the next packs hopefully in the following weeks.
Yeah.
You got the mellow ball, and that's exactly what you want. The mellow ball or 3-star rookie. So well done, mate.
I'll take that, man. I'll take that. So it's that's our top shot done. And
all right. Well, thank you for inviting me onto Teed Up. It's been a real pleasure. I look forward to next time.
You will forever go down in history as the first guest on Teed Up. So it's only downhill from here.
Nice. Yeah, that's it. I get my debut badge as well.
Yeah, you've got a 3-badge Jonny.
Yeah. All right, mate. Well,
right.
I'm gonna love you and leave you.
I will stop the recording 2 seconds, and then I will just briefly speak off camera. But thank you very much for watching, and better luck next time. Hopefully for both of us in pulling rookies.
Yeah, just got to open some more packs.